Fact of the day.
Fact of the day.
Hello, hi, and welcome to Fact Today with me, Lotsu. Today's Fact Today is based on some research by a guy called Dr. Gary Slutkin. And he basically went to Africa and spent 10 years looking at the spread of epidemics, infectious disease in Africa like tuberculosis and AIDS. An epidemic is when you have an outbreak of disease. It starts in one place and it spreads out to other people. And he found that when he was out there, him and his team didn't have enough people to be able to go and work and educate and help these people. So what they did was they trained the locals to be able to do that. And by training the locals had, authority within the community, had rapport within the community, and people would listen to them and they could help to educate them and stop the spread of these epidemics. He then came back to America and he noticed that in Chicago, there were high instances of violent crime, particularly in certain neighborhoods. So he then thought that violent crime was like a contagious disease. In fact, when asked about it, he said violent crime is a contagious disease. It starts out from one or two people, and then more and more people come involved, and then it spreads out, and it becomes an epidemic. Because people argue about who owes who money, who's insulted who shot who, and these arguments initially stay between two people, but then they get their friends and family involved. So he applied exactly the same process to the spread of violent crime as he did to the spread of these diseases. He recruited violence interrupters, and these are people who are trained in the art of persuasion, in the art of calming people down, people who are within the community who, perhaps have had a record, people who are respected in the community, people who have authority within the community, who can then go and talk to the individuals where these violent incidents have started off and diffuse the situation before it allows it to spread. And by doing this, they reduced the amount of violent crime in certain neighbourhoods by over 65%. Then they were challenged to repeat this, and they did over 20 times across America. This was repeated, and it was then taken on by Johns Hopkins University and the CDC and the Justice Department. This has been repeated over and over again. It's now becoming a global thing. He has a website called cureviolence.org. You should go and have a look at the website. It's really, really interesting. So by treating violence like a disease, he's taking the emotions out of it, and he's moving more towards the science of it. And by doing that, he's able to stop the spread of these epidemics of violent crimes in America. That's Fact Today. That's it from me. Have a lovely day. See you later. Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.